is love, he said. You've got to lift yourself up. Try again, one day you will break through. What you long for will find you. Through all the hard times, I always seem to find the light in your eyes.
So this week, instead of being out here, where I'm usually sitting, then I will stay indoor. So we will be in here, and I will have better sound because this time I'll be wearing a micropod, so I apologize for the bad sound when I was filming out in the nature over here actually. So yeah, I hope you bear over with me this time. And next week I will be filming from Tokyo. I will be back home because I'm going back to my family and my beloved partner, and I'm looking so much forward to it. Before my next knee operation here in Denmark, I will be Christmas hugging someone that I love more than anything. So yeah, let's start with the weekly report for your sign. Remember, you can always go to my channel and watch the guided meditation if you want to find your way into your silent self, where all the answers lie. Now it's time for your sign and your week. Hi there, Libra, and welcome to your modern shaman, Maria and RainbowLand, here with your weekly intuitive, heartful astrological and tarot forecast for the week that starts at the 19th and ends at the 26th of November 2018. Today I'm indoor, and I left the fireplace where I sat last week, and you know I've been outside as the shaman I am by the fire, different places over the last couple of months, but people have complained a little bit about the sound is less good out there, so I have my professional gear on now, and you should be able to hear me properly. So this week, Libra, we will have 5 to 7 minutes just of your chart and your sign, along with one tarot astrology tarot card and one normal tarot card, Rider-Waite from the Rider-Waite deck, the oldest and most traditional with middle-aged drawings upon. And after that we will have section 2 of the program, where we will go one step deeper, further down the rabbit hole. Welcome. So what's interesting this week is the Mercury retrograde, of course. It started last week, and this is going on in Sagittarius, your third house of communication, short distance travel, movement, other things. And at the same time we have the Sun going into this area, meeting up with Jupiter, which is known to be the luck combination. So yeah, you should have good luck with your tongue this week, with what you say, negotiate and stuff. But since Mercury is moving retrograde, of course, it can also create some conflict, and not necessarily conflict, but just some miscommunications, misunderstandings, and clarity is needed. Especially because Mercury is actually forming a square with Neptune, the planet of dreams. As you know, Mercury is clarity and, you know, organizing things. But Neptune in Pisces, it's the planet of dreams, illusion, dissolution, but also visions, of course, but in a much more, you know, less clear, because it's intuitive, etc. And when they square up, this can just add to the misunderstandings and the miscommunications. So you have to be extra careful when you communicate. So it has an impact, Mercury retro, on travel, short distance travel, distribution, technology, also remember that. And Neptune has been retrograding, whoops, card of the week came there, retrograding in Pisces, sorry, for five and a half months. and it went in there in 2012. So it's been for 6 years in this sector where you were, have been concerned with health issues, obligations, and different sacrifices in this area for a long time. So when Neptune moves forward, it's always like we can start to look ahead instead of backwards, and things we have to worry about health-wise, etc. Water element, so interesting, right? I didn't see this before, that this jumps out just as we're talking about Neptune in Pisces, a water sign. So this is definitely, the card wanted us to talk about that, and that was what we were already talking about. So that's what's so interesting and miraculous about the cards is that they always show us the right thing. But the Mercury retrograde can drain you a little bit. Perhaps it can have something to do with the number of text messages clicking in, and you feeling that you are obligated as the Libra is. And I'm Libra rising, 29.5 degree of Libra, so I'm very much indeed aware of that. We feel like we ought to read those messages and do something about it, and maybe sacrifice ourselves and forget about our own needs as Libras or Libra rising. So try to see. I've been better at it. I mean, for me, I'm just like, I will only answer when I'm ready, because otherwise I'll be stressed, because I used to want to help the whole world and never myself. So even though I'm even Aries with Mars in Aries, I should be able to be selfish, but with this Libra rising at such a high degree, it took me years to really say, okay, it's about me also. No, and say yes and no, and put healthy boundaries. So this week too is a good idea to practice and rehearse this. But what will help you a lot at the second part of the week is actually Mars being in a nice, sorry that I'm talking a little loud, I have the microphone here, so I hope you can hear me. It's because we're going to a baptism before I leave for Tokyo, and my father is here to drive me because I had this operation in this knee, so I can't drive. So he's sleeping in there. It's very early morning here, but I think you can hear me. Mars is in the same sector as your 6th house, where he will give you some oomph and energy to in this field of health and obligations you have, and make you in your family life. Perhaps has a lot of influence here because Saturn is here. Maybe you're restructuring something within your home situation, or within your personal feelings. Something got structured in a way you were able to cut the things away that weren't needed, to cut it to the bone. That's going to help you in your home life, family life, your foundation, and in your day-to-day life with your obligations at work and your health and your fitness. Card of the week for the Libras. But when the Sun enters Sag on Thursday and meets Jupiter, your natural gift for communication will be hugely enhanced. So Neptune and Mercury can confuse things, and you can meet someone who's hard to understand, as I said, and also it could be someone dishonest. But your abilities to communicate can overpower this. Isn't it lovely? I mean, you can go back and see. I didn't see the card. I just drew it and did like this. You will overpower this. This guy is overpowering, and have more oomph. It's a fire element. It's a 7 of Wands, and that is the fire element. And I was talking about Jupiter and Sag is fire, right? So I always draw the cards that are accurate. So we don't need the cards. We don't need the astrology. We can always tune in actually just to the intuition to know what we're talking about. It's just fun that the cards come along, right? So they fit, and the astrology fits. So everything is good. But don't try too hard when Mercury. When we have the The Mercury-Mars clash will also come because Mercury is moving retrograde and Mars is moving the other direction in a square. So don't try to push things too hard, even though this of course implies that you should just stay on top of things. But it's just that there can be some nervous tension here. But have fun, visit people, share ideas, and be more physically active with Mars in your 6th house will really help you this week. And remember, don't follow trends, follow your heart. Thanks for watching, and see you either in section 2, that comes now, with beautiful images from around here with my drone, or next week, Libra. Welcome to part 2 of the show. I'm sorry for a little bit of a noise here from the car. It's because I'm traveling to Tokyo, so I have to do this on the road, some of it at least. So, well, I just want to mention before we go into section 2, where we will have some interesting things to talk about that will be beneficial for you as a light worker and on your journey through developing yourself towards a higher vibration. 5D, from 3D to 5D. Neptune is stopping this week to go forward. Neptune is in Pisces. This has a lot to do with us and our spiritual soul. So depending on where this falls in your chart, it's about the dreams we have, and how we in this area have been held ourselves back to clean up, so that we can move forward in a completely new spiritual realm. Half a year is a lot. And for me, it's been my creative projects that has had an operation, like going to the surgery room to be operated at the hospital for half a year to see what is the next step for me as a light worker. So regardless of what it's been for you, if you've done your light work with yourself, because essentially doing light works is actually the primary part of the light work is actually the light work that you do with yourself. And if you've done that, you will now feel that there's something in one, or perhaps more than one, area of your life which is now being set free to blossom, free to flourish in an even more beautiful way than before, in a new light. With Neptune, the results may not go as fast in actually manifesting in the three-dimensional physical material world, but you will feel the changes inside already now. Little by little, everything will go just as it was planned before man had a watch on their arm to decide time was there to limit us in certain ways. But I say let it burn so it can rise. Before you can see the light, you have to deal with the darkness. And the work you do for yourself, as I said, you do automatically for the earth. And the earth is calling everyone who wants to clean up and take us all to another evolutionary step forward by balancing the spiritual and the material world. Ego has such an immense pull upon our consciousness and awareness. On a daily basis, ego doesn't allow that our consciousness expands. That is why we feel the resistance in our ego-based culture with the so-called alternative things. They call all of these light worker methods that we use on a spiritual level to tools to raise our consciousness. They are really natural, but the ego doesn't allow our expansiveness to grow, or our consciousness to grow and expand, of course. We work, for example, with meditation to remove ourselves from the power of the ego and control of the ego over us. The ego is a tool, only a tool that we take when we need it, but it takes control of the wheel. But the ego is very clever, quote unquote, because in meditation, both happiness and sorrows can act as distractions. Let them be where they are, the happiness and sorrows, while you meditate, and move beyond them. Move beyond the ego. The ego can take both phases. The reason why we have the depression and the whole down feeling in the lives of many light workers is because it's time to see how bad it really is, so that we can motivate ourselves to do something about it. As a child and a young teenager, I was a captain of my team, a handball team, because my role even today is to motivate people to see their best potential and teamwork with others to lift us. What is your role? What is your role? The main role will always be the work that you do on yourself. The authenticity and how you dare to show it in your life and be honest about it. Be heartful when you speak, not out of hatred or anything brutal or negative. We're reaching a critical mass point now when the truth is coming out. You need to do some cord cutting so that the whole earth can move a step up. Emotions and words have a life. That's why our prayers have a life too. It's the law of attraction. So watch what you say. You attract things you don't want by staying in certain word modes and speaking modes. You're calling on these words vibrations, the law of attraction. If you fear, you only attract what you don't want. I don't have to go into details, but stay away from fear. Don't immense fear. It's fear that creates the access to all that you don't want in your life to come your way. Whenever you get close to reacting and the domino effect hit you, you get a grip, breathe deeply, and you respond. You don't react. And how you get a grip? Well, see it from a higher perspective. The moment you get stuck in your emotions, you lose your touch with your higher self. Be aware, raise awareness when this happens. You're feeding dark energy with reactionary behavior. You are easily controlled by darkness and ignorance when you are feeding this side with lower emotions. Be non-reactionary is the trick. Again, the answer is don't follow trends, follow your heart. I know that it takes a lot of practice to be able to do, but try to speak with people with the 5D presence. Or you can also call it just heightened awareness, meditation state, godly presence. You can call it whatever you want, but try to speak with people in that presence. You will help them move up as well. That is the light work we can do. All of us can do. It's hard, but it's damn worth it. React instead of responding and catch yourself quickly. All light workers are unpacking everything prior to this moment, also from past lives, talents, skills, and all the negative, more heavy stuff, of course, because it's now we need to use our capacities unaffected. So you have been walking away from painful situations because these are the times to upgrade and don't stay stuck in meaningless relationships, meaningless fights that are draining you and others' energy. We need that energy for better purposes. With Venus in retrograde, it's been our old lives dying out now, old jobs, old relationships. Surrender it all to God is the task here. It's just so important to remember that exactly this Venus retrograde is completely unique in this period of time, not like the earlier ones. We've reached a whole nother level, a lot of us, in our relationships. Think 8, 16, 28 years back and feel, where were you? Where are you now? or just back to 2012 and the latest 6 years, how much have you been moving, growing during this time? All that cannot rise with you now, going into 5D, is now being cleared and cleaned out. We have to start creating in a new way with 5D energies. Or stay in 3D, as I said last week. It's your choice, basically. You can deny your higher self, your oversoul, but this always has fatal consequences for us. I remember I didn't want to leave a boyfriend that turned out to hold me down spiritually, and the consequences of me here, yeah, they were awful. Ignoring these inner voices, energy drops came to me, negative lowness, so I left him. These times has been so rough on many light workers. Don't worry, it's time to start over new. Just like I am now, I'm going back to my twin flame. Seeing him next week. Oh my God. After 3 months separated, cleaning, purging in each our parts of the universe, the globe, the earth, Japan and Denmark. What have you been doing? And also helping others in each our parts. All of us have had to do these light work things. We are all at ground zero, packing out what we have in our latent light bodies, what we can pack out and actually use now, being as light as possible. Therefore, we are dropping off pain and hurt relationship and career-wise, etc. It may seem like it's all going slow, but it's not. It's coming like boom, now, slam, kaboom, it's here. Be as much as you can, being in spiritual contemplation, connecting with your higher self, embodying what you came here for. You're coming back into balance. When you're back into balance, you're manifested. Jupiter energy is helping us manifest these new things to ground our new lives. 2019 will not be like 18, so don't be scared of the new energies. They are leading you to something better, even though it feels rough. Let the love reflect in yourself and your closest relationships. Let the love shine, not the lower energies. Let the innocent child that wants care, North Node in Cancer, that wants love, that wants protection, kiss, embrace it. Kiss the ones you love, embrace them, hug them, kill it with kindness. Don't follow your heart. Now I will share this video where I'm just showing myself vulnerable. If we show ourselves and our vulnerability, we also help consciousness grow, because that comes from an open heart. Thank you.
Lying close to you, feeling your heart beating, and I'm wondering what you dream. I'm wondering if it's me you're seeing, and I kiss your eyes. Thank God we're together. I just wanna stay with you in this moment forever, forever and ever. And I don't wanna close my eyes, I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I miss you, babe, and I don't wanna miss things, even when I dream of you. The sweetest dream will never do. I still miss you, babe, and I don't wanna miss things. There is this angel singing
Don't follow trends, follow your heart.